3, 2, 1!
Hello and welcome back to the Brave podcast, Doing Travel Differently. My name's Faye, your host and founder of The Brave, which is a small travel movement dedicated to doing good, doing no harm and making meaningful travel accessible to everybody. Today I thought I'd join you on video, on location from the World Travel Market in London, where I'm seeking ideas, inspiration, new knowledge and building my network of the importance of doing travel differently. Please excuse my shiny face. I've walked up and down the length of London's XL Arena countless times, just in awe of this amazing industry and the wonderful world that it represents, the wonderful world around us. In our last episode, we shared the Brave vision, how we're working to break down barriers to engaging in ethical, authentic and affordable travel, and also to celebrate the incredible people and the places that are already leading the way. Today we're going to be talking about something that sits at the heart of this philosophy, the art of mindfulness, and applying that to travel. No, absolutely, this isn't about turning every traveller into a staunch moral warrior, and certainly I'm not one of those either. We're not asking you to overhaul or abandon the way you travel overnight, but this is about recognising that more mindful choices can be applied, small practices can be applied to all forms of travel, whether that's a short city break or longer, more complicated adventure, and even small conscious actions can create big positive ripple effects. Mindful travel isn't about perfection, it's about presence, it's about slowing down enough to notice where we are, who we're there with, and what our choices mean for us, for others, and for the places that we visit. So what does mindful travel mean? We may have all heard of that word mindfulness, and how is it applied to travel? Well, mindful travel is about awareness before, during and after our journeys. It means being curious, intentional and kind in how we move through the world. It means making space for reflection and not just ticking off the sights. It means travelling not to escape life, but to reconnect with it. Maybe the simple pleasures of life at that. Whether you're walking through a rainforest in Costa Rica or exploring side streets in Dublin or Lisbon, mindfulness or taking a mindful approach to travel invites us to experience the destination more deeply, to listen, to taste, to observe, to draw upon all of our senses and appreciate. And the benefit isn't just for the planet or for community, it's also for you. When you travel more mindfully, you experience more meaning and less stress. You return home richer in understanding, not just in photos on your smartphone. Small steps can have a big impact, and that's what we're all about at The Brave. Small steps, incremental measures. Mindful travel starts with simple, realistic steps. Here are a few ideas to make your next trip a more conscious one without making it too complicated. Plan with purpose. Ask yourself, why am I going there and what do I hope to get from it? Shifting your mindset from consumption to curiosity can change everything. Travel slower. Give yourself time to breathe and to notice. Spending 3 days in one village can be far more rewarding than racing at breakneck pace through 5 cities trying to cram everything in. Pack thoughtfully. This can affect mindset. Bring less, choose reusable items and leave space for experiences and not excess in a physical and in a cognitive sense. Support local. Eat where the residents eat. Buy handmade. Choose guides that live in the place that they work. Take intentional rest. If we remember, fundamentally, that's one of the prime objectives of travel, rest and rejuvenation. Build downtime into your itinerary. Mindful travel isn't only about doing, it's about being. Don't think of these as rules, they're simply gentle invitations to make your journeys feel richer for you and for the people who make them possible. We can apply mindfulness principles to all kinds of travel. You don't need to be trekking in the Himalayas to travel mindfully. You can practice it anywhere, even a weekend break or a family holiday that might seem otherwise rather stressful. Mindfulness in travel can look different for everyone because we are all different in our travel habits and behaviours. For the city explorer, it might mean walking instead of taking a taxi or the tube, and noticing the rhythm of the streets. For the beachgoer, it might mean learning a little about local marine life or joining a short clean-up walk. For the wellness traveller and enthusiast, it might actually involve reflecting on the journey's emotional impact, not just the physical rest and rejuvenation that you've enjoyed. For business travellers, it might mean offsetting some of your meetings, building a bit of space for your itinerary for moments of gratitude, choosing and enjoying local meals, greeting and speaking with and being curious about the lives of hotel staff, or even supporting a small social enterprise during your downtime. And what matters most, and this has come through as a really strong theme at World Travel Market, is intention. You don't have to do everything perfectly, you just have to care enough to pause. Let's consider some stories of mindful travel. Some of my favourite examples of mindful travel actually come from and can be drawn from our collection of brave advocates in the communities that they work with. At the Prakriti Resort, an organic farm in Nepal, guests are invited to harvest their own vegetables for dinner. A quiet, grounding ritual that connects them to the land and to the people. Travellers with Route on Wheels in India describe how riding through the Indian countryside can become a kind of moving meditation, with each bend in the road a reminder to slow down and appreciate and view, consume visually the journey itself. At the brave stays like La Cueva in Spain or Juicy Olive in Greece, guests have told us how simple things like the morning walks to the local bakery to buy fresh bread and cheese, or watching sunsets from the roof of La Cueva without Wi-Fi, become their most treasured memories. And these moments of pause, presence and participation are the absolute essence of mindful travel. Let's consider the ripple effect that this can have. You know, what happens when we travel more mindfully? Communities can feel respected, cultures can feel valued and appreciated and rejuvenated, environments better cared for and stewarded. Travellers return home changed, often describing their journeys as resetting or reconnecting. Even a small single act, asking before you photograph someone, buying direct from an artisan, or simply learning a local greeting in the local language so that you can communicate, creates a ripple of goodwill. The beauty of mindful travel is that its benefits are shared, and what restores you also uplifts the place that you visit or has the potential to. So some of our tips for travelling differently or doing travel differently. If you would like to begin travelling more mindfully, there's some simple ideas that you can start with straight away. Before you travel, take the time to learn about the destination's customs, environmental challenges that they might be facing, and local etiquettes and cultural practices. Awareness builds empathy. When you're there, try and slow down a little, observe, listen, look up. That's one of my campaigns as well. Notice how your presence affects others. And when you return, how about reflecting? How did the experience change you? What were your takeaways? What did you learn? What will stick with you and what will you carry forward? And remember that mindfulness isn't about guilt or perfection, it's about curiosity, compassion and choice. This is a shared journey, At the Brave, mindfulness is part of everything we do, not just as travellers but as people. We recognise that travel is a privilege, can be, and it is. And with privilege comes responsibility and an opportunity also to do good. And we believe that when we act with awareness, travel becomes a shared journey and one that benefits all stakeholders, the guests, the hosts, the environment, and the next generation of travellers. So wherever your next trip takes you, whether it's across the world or just across town, try to travel with intention. Be present, be open, look up, because every mindful moment matters. Thank you sincerely once again for joining me for this episode of the Brave podcast, Doing Travel Differently. And I will be sharing my insights, my learnings, my takeaways from the world travel market. Many of the themes really support our mission. It shows that this is a direction the industry is going in, and I'm actually going to make that a special episode next week. My key takeaways and insights from the world travel market 2025. Until then, travel bravely, travel kindly. Remember that small steps can lead